And we are back on the Rodriguez Show, and we have a very special guest, our first guest of 2025,
Hey.
Chronica. What's up?
What's up, y'all?
It's been a minute.
I know, it's been a minute since you've done an interview. I think it's been a couple years since we did an interview, but last year you did a mix at our new/old studio now.
I think I was the last person that played at that studio.
You might have been one of the last DJs, yeah. Yeah, it was just very sad. But we're working on something. Don't worry about that. But how you been? It's been a year.
I've been good. I'm busy. A lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
So
you recently moved back to California?
Yeah. It's was in New York for 10 years, and then I kind of just decided I think it's time to move back. So in October, I rented a rental van or whatever. Or no, not even a rental van. I rented a minivan. I put all my shit in the back. I got my dogs, and then my brother flew down, and we just road tripped.
Damn.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was intense. He's kind of crazy, and he was just like, fuck it, we're going to just drive without stopping. Yeah. So I think we did 50 hours.
Holy shit.
Straight?
I think we only stopped for like 4 hours. Like 2 different times. We stopped maybe like 2-3 hours, slept real quick, and then...
Oh my God.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
That's pretty cool. That's straightforward, dude.
Yeah.
So you didn't get to see much. You saw it from the car.
I mean, there wasn't much to see.
Yeah.
Like the route that you take to go from New York to California is like, the east is cool. We went through like the Appalachian Mountains and all this like other little states. I think we went through St. Louis, and then after that it's just straight like nothing.
Damn.
It's just
flat.
Yeah, flat.
Yeah.
And then you get to the very tip of Texas, and then Arizona was cool because you see like the mountains and stuff. And then that's really it.
Damn. Well, that's crazy. So that was in October.
Yeah.
So now you've settled in basically, and what are you hoping to do now that you're back in California?
Well, right now I'm back in school, so just do my schooling for the next 2 years, and then just go hard on my DJ stuff. And then right now I work with my brother. We have our own like carpentry business.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to school for interior design.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So how's that been getting into this? Well, I mean, you're already in real estate before, right?
So that's why I'm going to school too, to get my license for over here.
Oh, okay, nice. So yeah, you gotta make that money too.
Yeah.
So what about artistically? Like, so you said are you still gonna go hard while you are in school, or what are you gonna do with the DJ stuff?
Yeah. So right now, I mean, I lived my whole adult life really in New York City, like full time. Like, of course, I came home. During COVID, I was here for maybe, I think, like 4 months, the very beginning of COVID. But I've never been home, like I said, my adult life, I've never been home for, like, full time.
Gotcha.
So I'm kind of right now, I'm in the process of, like, re-exploring my city and, like, Orange County, diving a little bit into LA just to kind of get a feel of, like, the music scene out here.
Yeah.
It's different. But there are certain places where I'm like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, okay, like people like that kind of music over here. Just like, so that's what I've been doing. I haven't really been trying to book much. I've just been like exploring different places, and then probably like second quarter, I'll gonna start like trying to book stuff.
I think that's good though.
Yeah.
You get to kind of like scout to see where you can go, where you fit. Not even fit in, but it's just like kind of like you just get that taste, like, oh, I really like that. I can kind of put my stuff out here, huh?
Yeah, because there's like different venues have different like people,
right?
Different crowds, you know. So or like also maybe not even venues. Like sometimes it's like certain events. Like where did I go the other day? We went to like Goat Hill, but the one next to Goat Hill, what is
Boulevard.
it? The Boulevard.
Yeah.
I was like really surprised at like the music that they were playing there, and like people were like going the off. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know it got down like this over here.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that's like the only place it gets down. Like from my experience in Costa Mesa, like, you got lucky to find Boulevard.
It was lit that night. We went out on a Saturday.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if I only ever go out to Costa Mesa, it's to Boulevard, because Goat Hill is fun too, but it's kind of stinky over there.
We tried to go to Mesa too, but it was too exclusive for us. We got there too late.
Yeah. That happens with those clubs, yeah.
Yeah.
But that kind of, I know what you're saying. Like, you go to they're kind of like more open. You know what I'm saying? You get more of a feel for all types of music. That people who like that, it's always like, it's cool. It's good. It's good to see that.
Yeah. And I noticed like the DJ at that bar, he was playing new music. What I've experienced, like, I'm not trying to shade downtown Santa Ana, but like downtown Santa Ana, I normally when I go out, or I'll give it a try again. But the years before when I would go out, every time I would visit, I don't think I would hear music that was like 2020s music.
Yeah.
It was like 2010s and like 2020s. And like, that's cool too, but literally the same songs. They're not even like digging in the crates for that.
It's all the hits.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
just straight hits. I'm like,
It's like playing it safe almost.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I can't lie. That's true. And it's still. I mean, I haven't gone out much in Santa Ana in a bit, but it's easy to do that because that's what people expect. Like when you're drunk, you're like, I don't want to think about the new stuff. Well, that's a good thing about having somebody talented because then you can integrate that stuff.
Yeah.
But I have seen you, obviously, like you said, you're taking your time, and why rush anyway, right? You got all the time in the world. So I have seen you work with people here like Gucci Mar. What have you guys been doing together? I know you helped her with stuff, right?
We're not really like collaborating on anything right now per se. It's just I know she had like a gig a couple weeks ago or like a month ago where it was CDJs. Yeah. She was going to be spinning off CDJs and she never used CDJs before.
Gotcha.
And so I went and we found a studio like right next to the observatory. You know the observatory, what is it, the Del Taco?
Yeah.
There's literally like studios right there that you can rent. Like pretty reasonable prices. I think like $25. They're really nice.
Yeah. No, Mondo was just showing me.
Yeah.
Is it Lockout or whatever?
I think so. I think I seen you guys on the story and I showed these guys. I was like, look, it looks cool.
Yeah, so I was just showing her like the very basics on how to use CDJs because I'm not like a professional either, but I mean I've done my fair share of gigs on CDJs. I'm pretty comfortable on them.
Gotcha. Well, and then that was going to be my question too. Is like for somebody, Gucci Mar's been doing it for a minute, but somebody starting out, like what, and they're asking you like, hey, you've done DJing for a while, like what advice do you have for them?
I would definitely say if you're starting out DJing, have a lot of music downloaded. And figure out how you like to organize your library. It's very important because if your library is not organized, then your set is going to be all over the place. And it like, I don't know, for me, if my set's all over the place, I get anxious. So you just have to be ready for like, because you might go into a situation thinking that, I'm going to be playing this type of music, I should be fine. And then it'll be a situation where it's like, oh shit, like the crowd is not responding to this. I need to switch it up. So you have to have like a plethora of like different genres or just different vibes that you should have ready to play. And then I would also say always have extra like chords and stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
Because there's been a couple times before where I thought, like when I first started, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just bring my little USB cord and my red and white cable, like the red and white to red and white, and I'm good. No. No. And then after that, I remember I bought all the extra cables I could. Every time I bring my own equipment, I make sure I have like the surge protectors. I bring everything because I don't want to mess up like that anymore.
And I know from Mondo too, because you got that box of cables or you have a bunch of cables. Like, you got to be ready for that stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of times, sometimes you go to venues and the people that help you set up, they don't know what they're doing either. So you have to know. That's another thing too. Know your hardware and know like what wires work with you, like with your equipment, or if you're using somebody else's equipment. I would ask maybe before, like, what controller or whatever is it, and then like kind of do your research too and see. I mean, there's always going to be times where just things go left, but try to just be as prepared as possible, I would say.
But wouldn't you say also though that, because I think I remember a story maybe from you or maybe from somebody else where they were in a situation like that where it's like, hey, I'd never used this equipment before and then I just went for it and I had a great set. Like, I know it's like anxiety, but like, isn't that something we need to try sometimes? Just jump and go for it?
I mean, that's happened to me as well too. Like there's been plenty of times where it's like new equipment that I didn't know. And for the most part, most controllers and like things like that, they're all, if you at least know the faders and like your highs and mids and lows, like you're chilling.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to do it.
You just got to jump in.
Yeah. There's no like, I can't sit there and cry. I have to play this set right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
For sure.
So shout out to Tropicasa as well.
Yeah.
Those are
My
your
big
friends and
dogs.
friends of the show as well. Are you guys doing anything together? I know you just modeled for their new merch line, right?
Yeah, they're. By the way, go cop their merch.
Hoodie sold out. I saw.
Yeah, the
that.
hoodies are sold out. Their hat, like all their stuff is really good quality, and like I think also too their graphics, all that's really good.
Fire.
But yeah, they're definitely. I think right now they're taking a break because of just the weather and whatnot, and then they were having issues with like venues and stuff. But yeah, I know for sure. I think I'm gonna be playing one of their Michi mixes coming up, and then probably sometime later in the year I'll hop on like one of their events as well.
Nice. Yeah, so obviously it's been a year since you've been here, and you've always, evolved as a DJ. How do you see yourself? How has your style changed in the past couple of years, would you say?
I would say when I first started, I was more into just like basic stuff like hip hop, pop, R&B. There's nothing bad about that. But definitely, I feel like I'm more into like worldly sounds now. Like even you just have to really research. But even I was surprised that the different states have like their different sounds, or different cities or whatever, they have their different sounds. Like there's Jersey, there's Miami bass, there's juke, there's bounce, like from the different cities. So I like to incorporate a lot of those types of different sounds. Brazilian music, UK music. So I would say before it was more so just kind of like a not basic sound, but just like I guess more fundamental DJing, like just regular stuff. But now definitely I would say it's a little bit more worldly. I like to touch different flavors.
Like open
for sure.
format.
Yeah,
More open
for sure.
format. That's dope.
Yeah, and I've seen you started putting up some of your mashups and mixes. Like OK Baby mix is up now on the YouTube channel.
I don't know. I could not. SoundCloud was being a hater.
No, I know.
Are they copywriting you? Or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
I'm like, how are you copywriting me? Like literally almost every song on SoundCloud is a copyright.
Man,
Like
they're
how am I being
they're out to
copyrighted?
get you, man. What's going on?
Yeah.
On
we have-
SoundCloud?
I know.
Fuck.
We have luck with YouTube. That's probably every once in a while, because now we put Mondo's we've done all the mixes on there now for a while. But we'll take out like one song every like 5 or 10 mixes or something like that. So it works out for copyright. But then when you get to the point where you're monetizing it, then you can't make any money off those.
Yeah. Until
So
you
it's
start like producing.
Yeah.
I do in the future, like want to get into that as well.
Yeah. So that's the plan too, is to get into that
Yeah.
now? Nice.
Once I start like really practicing. Well, before I even get into that, I really want to also learn like scratching and all that too.
Okay.
I want to go back to like the fundamentals.
Yeah. You got to evolve, like you're saying.
Yeah.
So you mentioned doing your research or like finding new music, but like you don't have to give all your secrets away, but like how do you discover like music you haven't heard before?
There's no secret. Honestly, like my ears is always open. If I'm on TikTok, I like a sound, I'm going to save it. If I'm on Instagram, there's a sound, I'm going to save it. I follow a bunch of pages too where like that's all they do. They just post like little clips of music videos or performances or whatever. I'll save that. What else? YouTube, or a lot of the times I also like to go on YouTube and then I'll play one song and then I'll do like the feature where it'll just like give you recommendations. So I'll do that also too with Apple Music, Spotify. And then recently I have this one DJ, she's mentoring me, Dochi's DJ. She's mentoring me and she said Billboard. For like those more like commercial kind of type of gigs. Because sometimes I do like, I feel like I'm a little bit out of tune with like the more like top 40 just because I'm like, I hear it on the radio, like not really paying attention. But I mean, there are certain gigs where it's like, okay, like of course I want to put my flavor on it, but you got to give the people what they want to hear. Like I've heard Not Like Us, like I'm sure 400 times already, but I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna play it. Like I have to play it. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Like sometimes you look at the charts and you're like, "What? Who is this person that's number 2?" Like when Kendrick was number 1 with Not Like Us, Tommy Richmond with that song $1 Million. I was like, "What is $1 Million Baby? What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not on TikTok like that, so I don't discover those songs. But
no, TikTok.
That's what happens.
If you want to be up on the everything, TikTok. TikTok is like a search engine, and that's like Google, the news, everything.
Yeah. So who's somebody that we should know about? Any artist you want to put on right now? Put on a song to right now.
I've been listening a lot to Latin Mafia
Oh yeah, I've heard.
And then there's this other guy that my brother just discovered too. Because my brother, he influences a lot, or he's like a big influence to me for like my music taste as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name. Rajowski.
Okay.
I don't know. He's a Latin artist, but his music, it's kind of the same feel as like Latin Mafia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're pretty versatile Latin Mafia
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So I had sent you this because I was trying to naturally segue into it, but there's no natural way. Back to the DJing stuff, real quick.
Yeah.
So if there's a song that you're like, okay, what song is there a song you can gravitate towards to get the party going in a situation where you need it? You need to get the energy up.
Depends like on the party, the situation. Like if I'm back in New York City and I'm playing at this one bar that my friend, she has a residency at, I like playing at that bar a lot because they like anything there. Play anything. People like it. So I like to sometimes throw it back to like old pop, like 2000, like when I was in middle school pop.
Yeah.
So like that, a venue like that, I would play like this is gonna be a little corny. Good Girls Go Bad by Leighton Meester.
Oh, okay.
Bitches love that. And me, respectfully, I'm a girl. Like I play for the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a song.
banger.
So like
That's
a
yeah,
banger, dude.
yeah, it's a banger. Like you forget. Those are the songs that you low key forget about, and then when you hear it, you're like, you just unlocked another part of my brain.
And it's a deep enough cut where it was of that time period where it does unlock that part.
Yes.
Because you could play a Britney Spears Toxic and be like, well, I heard that last week.
Exactly. That's when I talk about like digging a little deeper.
Yeah.
You know, like that's still a top like 40 song. It's still like a popular song, but it's not something that you hear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean, like crate digging a little bit more, you know?
Because now with the ability to like stream songs, like there should be no excuse. You can look up the first album from the artist that you like to the all these albums that you before I'd have to like download them or even buy the CD itself. Now it's like it's available on your hand, you know. Okay, so before we get into this game, I have one last question for you. I like to ask people the last piece of media. It could be a book, TV show, song you heard that inspired you.
There's two different things. Okay. Willie Chavaria's fashion show, like his line.
Oh yeah, I did look. I started following him after
sick.
that one. That one's dope.
That was super sick.
Yeah,
because it's like it was in France and he had like lowriders and like just the tailoring and like the aesthetic is like very Hispanic, and I'm like, that's so lit that he's able to take that over there where like a place we're not really represented a lot. Except maybe I know there's Mexican restaurants in France.
Yeah,
because Mexican cuisine is like everyone loves it.
And I think he worked on some of the Kendrick stuff for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that was a $400 jersey that I wanted, but I'm not going to pay for that.
Yeah. That's the only thing. I mean, it's great because it's like, it's so just the aesthetic of it all, but it's like, it's a little out of my price range, but something that is still attainable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And you said there was another one?
Oh, I really like the album that Alchemist, Larry June, and 2 Chainz just dropped.
Yeah, we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite right now.
Fire.
Yeah.
Anything low-key, any beats though, that Alchemist.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong.
I've never heard him. Yeah.
I do have to say about that though. There's something about Larry June that has made it like he broke through the mainstream a little bit. Like a lot of people listen to, like you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, I think didn't he just do like the Tonight Show or Fallon?
He was he did it with 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's working his way up. Because 2 Chainz, he's been in the mainstream for a minute, and I like that he went from like being like a top whatever rapper to now being more like just rapping. Over Alchemist beats.
Yeah, and I fuck with it too because it's like he's talking about like real shit, and he's telling you like check your credit score, like go get the money, like eat organic. Like I think he's a good influence for people.
There was one where he's like, they got deadbeat moms now, and he just lets it for a second. You're like, okay, I mean, it's like damn, 2 Chainz, that's real.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So is there anything else you want to talk about? You want to plug before we get into this game?
Black Lion Customs. That's my the company that I run with my brother. We do custom cabinetry or like any type of like woodwork or I mean, we could do anything. We could look at build you a house, but
Damn.
we specialize in like custom kitchens and like remodeling.
Nice. I'll put the whatever link you got for it so people can reach out. Okay, so I know you as a very fashionable person, so I just wanted to play, and we're playing this game called Hot or Not with Chronica, and I'm going to give you these trends for men's fashion and women's fashion, and you're going to tell me if it's good or bad or hot or not, and you're going to tell me why. Okay. All right, so I got 5 here. We'll start with the men's. Kendrick, really popular right now. Bootcut jeans. What do you think about those for men?
I like them, but I'm just a little surprised that people are like, "Oh my God, bootcut jeans!" Like,
it's been a thing for a minute.
Yeah, like you go down to over there in New York. That's like a very common thing that you see in like the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Or that's just the street where
He just blew up.
Yeah. I mean, he blew it up. He made it more popular, but that's been around. But I like it.
Even during the pop-up concert, there was like other rappers wearing like really bootcut jeans, like really wide leg. Okay, so what about floral prints? This for men.
Yeah. I think honestly, anyone could rock anything as long as you do it right.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, it's true. There's I feel like even the Hawaiian shirts are making a comeback. What about the workwear shirts?
I like them. Like I said, anyone
you
can
ain't
wear
got no
anything.
target. No. Okay. What about some women's ones? We'll talk about the Gothic revival. A lot more Gothic style coming back.
Not really my steez, but I mean, some people pull it off. So I guess I'll say not for me, but other people could do it. What are
you really into in terms of fashion? Like, what are you right now?
Right now I like the preppy look with like a little spin, like kind of like what I'm wearing today, just because like I'm really inspired by Doechie's look, her rollout for her album.
Alligator Butt,
yeah, she's been working a lot with or she's been doing a lot of preppy looks, but her looks are a little bit more like preppy and like tailored like really well. I think Tom Brown is like who she works with primarily.
Nice.
So I like that look, but I'm not like super into the preppy look. I like to like make it a little bit more street.
Nice.
Some Kanye shit. Remember when he with
early
the
2014 Kanye?
Yeah.
I feel like that. I mean, it takes 20 years for stuff to cycle through, and it's coming back right now.
Yeah.
Because even remember, for the people that grew up, Latinos with RBD, that was popular.
True, yeah.
So and then one thing I did want to write on here that I want to encourage everybody is to try and get stuff with sustainable materials.
Yeah.
Because there's so much. Because I wrote that down as like we all have to agree on this. Because if you buy like Shein and stuff, like it's trash, guys. Like it's just gonna be in a landfill.
I think. Yeah, I try to avoid Shein.
Yeah.
I won't lie though. There's like a couple of times where it's like there's certain tops that I really want, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $100 for this.
Yeah.
And I will find it on Shein for like $5.
True.
Yeah. But that's how they get you.
So occasionally, like very, very, like maybe once a year, twice a year, but I don't shop fast fashion like that.
Yeah. And you can shop fast fashion if you buy it secondhand.
Yeah.
Because then you're recycling it anyway.
Yeah.
So do that. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's always fun catching up with you. They can follow you online at Chronica 714. You'll see it on the screen. CHRONICA 714. And thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's get into 20 Minutes with Mondo right now on The Rodriguez Show.
The Rodriguez Show.